guys, so I'm super excited to show you today's video. I like it because I feel like it's different from anything I've ever done on my channel, so hopefully you guys like it too, and definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think of this style of video. So as you guys can see, it's going to be my self-tanning routine. I've mentioned in my last couple of videos that I've been wearing a self-tanner, and I was getting a lot of questions asking me which one I've been wearing, as well as on my Instagram posts. So I definitely wanted to do this video for you guys today. I did film an entire demo from start to finish of everything that I would do when I'm doing a self-tan regime. So I will show you guys the demo after I talk a little bit about the brand that I used. So I've been self-tanning for about 8 months now. I think I started like fall of 2014, so it hasn't actually been that long, but I've pretty much done it every week since then, so it feels like it's been a lot longer to me. I believe that the first tanner I ever purchased was just the original Saint-Tropez Mousse. I was hearing about it a lot on the internet and I wanted to try it, and my local drugstore carried it, so it was really accessible to me, which was nice. And I think I used up an entire bottle of that one, and I actually really liked it. But then what happened was, after I finished that first bottle, I went and repurchased the darker version, which is the one in the black bottle. I think it's literally just called Dark Mousse, and I didn't like this one at all because it says that it's supposed to be darker, but I actually turned like the same shade, or maybe not even as dark, with this one, so I was really disappointed with it. So after that, I started to do more research on self-tanners, and I started to kind of look at what other people were really liking and what was the most popular at the time. And I started to really read about the ingredients and stuff that are in self-tanners as well. And I actually had a Twitter follower mention Loving Tan to me, but I had never heard of them at the time. So I went on the website and I checked everything out, but the shipping was insane to Canada because they were only shipping right out of Australia. So it was like really, really expensive, and I just kind of was like, okay, I can't do that. That's way too much money, and I just passed it over. And a couple weeks later, Loving Tan actually contacted me, and they asked me if they could send me a couple bottles of tanner. So of course I said yes, and once I got it in the mail, I gave it a shot, and I actually hated it the first time I used it. I thought that it applied really patchy to my skin, and I just didn't like it, and I got really worried that I was gonna wake up the next morning and just be like, look like I had rolled in mud or something. So I really didn't like it. But when I did rinse it off the next morning, it ended up smoothing itself out, and it looked really nice on my skin tone. So I thought that maybe it was just kind of a bad first impression thing. And from that point, I started trying the tanner out with different products. Like, I tried it with different gloves and different moisturizers and exfoliating with different things beforehand. And I kind of got my own routine through that. So that's what I'm showing with you guys today. I've been doing this exact routine every time I self-tan for a couple of months now, and it's really been working for me, and I'm really happy with everything that I'm using. So a little bit about Loving Tan for you guys. The number one thing that I think makes them different from most tanners is the fact that they contain 13% active ingredients, or DHA, which is the ingredient that makes your skin turn brown and kind of give it that natural tan look, whereas most other brands only contain 4 to 6%, so not even half of what Loving Tan contains, which is why I think the color looks so natural on most people. The other thing that I really like about them is they also contain an ingredient called erythrulose, I think is how you say it, which is basically just an ingredient that helps to counteract any orange tones that you would normally get from a high buildup of DHA. So most other brands actually don't contain any erythrulose at all, because I guess it is quite an expensive ingredient to use, so basically they're just kind of trying to cheap out on it, which is why you can end up kind of orangey for most self-tanners, and that's why I feel like self-tanners have such a bad common misconception about them, is just because people always think you're gonna look like an Oompa Loompa, but it's just due to those cheaper self-tanning brands that people used to use. So nowadays there's way better options out there for you guys. I've used a couple really good self-tanners, and this is just another one of the ones that's really awesome. So you can definitely get self-tanners that are not gonna make you orange and look like an Oompa Loompa. You just kind of have to do your research and maybe pay a little bit more for them. I also love the tanner because of the other ingredients in it. Most of them are natural or organic. It also doesn't have any alcohol, any parabens, and it's never tested on animals. So all around, it's a pretty good product. I also love the people that work for it. Every time I've ever had a question for Loving Tan, they've always answered me right away, and they're always so helpful with everything. And when they sent me the self-tanners, they actually also sent me a little toy for my dog. So I thought that was really cute. So that's a little bit about Loving Tan for you guys. I'm gonna jump into the demo now. So if you're interested in seeing how I self-tan my body, then just stay tuned, because I'm just gonna jump right into it. So first things first is a shower. This is where I do any prep work before starting a tan. So usually I'll just jam out for a little bit and then maybe do something more productive like wash my hair or shave my legs. And then I'm going to exfoliate my body with this glove by Loving Tan. This is probably one of the most important steps because you want to make sure you get any dead skin off your body before starting a tan. I like this glove because it takes off my old tan without hurting my skin. And then after the shower, I just go ahead and moisturize any dry patches so that the tanner doesn't cling to them. And then I'm going to grab my Saint-Tropez glove with my Loving Tan Dark Mousse, and I'm going to be pumping the mousse directly onto the glove before blending it into my skin. And just ignore this little red patch on my stomach. I just break out like that anytime I like scratch myself for some reason. So as you guys can see here, I'm starting to blend the tanner in. I usually do small circular motions and then just really concentrate on blending it as well as I can. When I get to my wrists and my hands, I like to just drag the leftover product down instead of putting extra on, just so that I get more of a soft ombre effect, because I find that it just blends a lot better that way. So I'm just going to speed up all these clips and let you guys watch from here. And I wanted to show you guys here that after I'm done using circular motions, I like to go over the area with a patting motion just to make sure it's fully blended out. Now, when you get to your back, it can be kind of tricky, so I usually get my mom to do it for me like I am here, but if you don't have anybody, Loving Tan actually makes a back applicator that they sell from their website, so I'll make sure I link that down below for you guys, and check it out if you don't have somebody who can apply your tanner for you. And after I'm done applying my tanner comes bedtime with my puppies. So I like to sleep in loose clothing that covers most of my body just so that I get minimal tanner on my sheets because it's happened one too many times. And of course in the morning comes another shower. So this is where I rinse off that top layer of the tanner. And as you guys can see, it's kind of just dripping off of me here. And obviously I am much darker now than I was in those clips from earlier. Now, to maintain my tan in between sessions, I like to use this Bondi Sands Gradual Tanning Milk, and then on my face, I like to use this Dior Bronzing Gel. So that is it for my self-tanning routine. I hope that you guys liked this video. Like I said, it was pretty different from anything I've really done, so definitely let me know if you guys did like that or not. And also make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you guys want to see a bikini collection, because I can definitely do one of those for you guys. I've seen a lot of them last year, but I never really thought about doing one myself. But I definitely will if you guys want to see one. So make sure you give it a thumbs up if you want to see one of those. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well if you're not already and you want to see more videos. I'll have everything that I used plus coupon codes and everything down below for you guys. So make sure you check out the description bar because I've just put everything down there for you guys. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys all so much and I'll talk to you guys all in my next video.